I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational.
You can do it!
But that just wouldn't be our style.
Welcome to Project Reclamation, where you rebuild, re-energize, and reclaim your life.
And welcome back to Project Reclamation. Hey, yeah.
It's Timmy and the Steve.
Timmy and Steve.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Hey, man. If you're on your late night evening drive, your early morning drive, or maybe you're sitting in a metro somewhere, just at a truck stop out in the middle of nowhere, and you happen to tune into Project Reclamation, know that we're here to entertain you for at least 10 to 20 minutes, maybe longer.
On your traffic drive.
Ooh, yeah. Traffic sup.
I don't know how those guys do it, man.
Oh, man. I could not imagine doing that every morning for like 30 years. You know, some of those DJs do that for fucking 30 years.
Yeah, dude.
I had the audacity. No, I had the wonderful gift of being the AS radio commissioner when I was at UCSB, and that was like during my freshman and sophomore years. And this is a long time ago, obviously. And I remembered having to give like a university announcement like every like Wednesday. And it was like, if you tuned into 91.9 KCSB on like every Wednesday at 9 a.m., you heard this voice. And it was never like, dude, it was like probably like, I don't know, it was like 3 minutes of content. And like, I swear to God, dude, I don't know how people, and it was like very, very dry. I was like, hi, this is me, whatever, you know, oh, this is university activities. Now you have like Instagram, now you have like Facebook, and now you have like other social media. But I was like, holy crap, I could not imagine doing like a 30-minute or 3-hour program as like you're just trying to entertain yourself through the morning of like sitting through like rush hour traffic from like 7 to 10, you know what I mean? Just doing that kind of like upbeat, just slap happy, slapstick kind of like voice and in person. I just couldn't do it. Hey, babe.
Hey, welcome back to the morning drive hour.
Uh-oh,
Today
honk,
we're going
honk.
to play a game. Honk, honk.
Oh,
dude, with all
we
the
got a
sound
visitor
effects
coming in. Oh, he just came through the door, guys. Oh my gosh, I bet you there's somebody here.
It's like the audio version of fucking Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't imagine doing it. And you know, every like, yeah, it's exactly like that. And then they'd have like the same recurring guests. Like every Thursday would be,
like, oh look, it's Mrs. Whatever.
I know,
Oh,
it's
look,
Milkman Tony.
Look, it's a
Tony.
talking couch.
I know.
Hey,
Oh my God, man.
I
honestly couldn't imagine.
I'm gonna go to the theater and jerk off.
Hey man, time to touch it. Do you wanna? And they would use all sorts of innuendos too. It'd be like, oh man, whenever I'm sitting in my man's lap, you know, I don't even know. I don't think like that, so I can't even like think like that. But either which way, man.
Why are you sitting in a man's lap?
No. I was just saying, like that's almost it. I was just a figures. I guess it was a slip of the tongue, I guess. But don't say that either, because that's gross.
It's funny when you said something about sitting on the metro. I was just thinking back to, I remember the term metrosexual.
Oh.
You probably can't say that anymore.
Probably can't say that anymore. What do you say? What do you? I guess I haven't thought about that because I haven't used that term in a very, very long time. I do remember using that term though at one given point because you would always describe David Beckham as metrosexual or whatever. But then what do you call it now though? Do you just call it very, very fashion forward man or woman? I guess, or
I don't know.
Can you use that term for a woman?
One of the 72 gender words.
Probably. Can you call that for a woman? No, you don't say that for a woman.
Was
too.
For a man.
It
was like a man who was like manicured and
very, very well put together.
Yeah.
Who took care of himself. So
Yeah.
you go like a well put together man,
but not what you would think of. Kind of like you said, okay, like David Beckham or someone like that versus like, or like a Ryan Seacrest versus like a John Wayne or
like a rugged cowboy.
Not like the opposite of a rugged cowboy.
Yeah.
Like,
dang, bro.
you know, like, yeah. So, no, but you were talking about now that they just do news through like Instagram and fucking Snapchat and shit. I heard, and I have not confirmed this story as to be true, so I don't know. But I heard
this is breaking. This could be semi-new or not new breaking
podcast,
news.
so it might be a really old story.
Okay,
so maybe I'm way behind, but I'm going to tell it anyways.
Here we go.
This is evergreen shit. Apparently, some Southeast Asian type country.
Okay,
I want to say like it was like Vietnam or maybe one of the Koreas. Obviously not North Korea.
I don't think Korea follows in the line of Southeast Asian country, but at the same time, some Asian country.
Some Asian country. I'm sorry.
No.
Apparently they did some like the prime minister. Maybe I'm way wrong. Maybe it was Pakistan.
Maybe it was Canada.
Some fucking country Okay, now I think it was Pakistan. Now
Some
that
minority.
I don't know why I was thinking Southeast Asia. So funny thing is, I'm just gonna leave that all in there. Whatever. I think it was Pakistan. It doesn't fucking matter. The prime minister of some
foreign country
some area
that's not America
that I've never been to, that I probably couldn't point out on a map. They did some sort of address through Snapchat.
Okay.
And apparently, accidentally, someone turned the cat filter on.
Oh, that's
No, but I'm gonna go ahead and say, dude, that's probably just straight. Someone did that on purpose, not on accident.
so he was addressing the country.
So he's addressing the country or doing some sort of address to somebody. It was like a public kind of a thing, and allegedly someone put like the cat or dog filter or something on. I thought that was a hilarious story. Whether it's true or fake, I have no idea.
That is kind of funny. I guess that's like one of the funnier things. But then, that's what happens when you use these like social media mediums, right? You know, you're like, oh, this is how we're going to communicate with the world. I'd rather you just do it like as an old school, like fireside chat. You know what I mean? Thanks, Teddy. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Who knows? That's kind of funny, man. That's kind of funny.
Like, be normal. Put the shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you want to leave it there for people to.
Because then at least you can self-edit it. You know what's going on before you press send, right? That's funny.
Why would you need to do it on Snapchat? Because what you're about to say, you want it to disappear?
Why do people want it on Snap? I don't know.
I don't even understand I thought Snapchat was to send nudie pics and then have
old
them
are we that we don't understand what Snapchat is? But like Snapchat is like it used to be a forum where you would send like maybe graphic, disturbing photos, or maybe not so, maybe like innuendo photos or something like that,
or where you would communicate with somebody who you're cheating on your spouse with.
Oh, okay.
So that the bottom line is the messages disappear.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly, but you can save them, you can screenshot them and shit.
Yeah,
so
and that was it.
really...
Apparently, people knew when you screenshotted it, and they could be like, "Hey, man, I'm not gonna send you anymore if you." But then I was like, "Well, what's the purpose then? Like, why would you send it anyway?"
You screenshotted my dick pic. Now I need you to send me $5.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh,
what?" I don't know.
No one has ever said that to me, Tim. Why is everyone saying that? That sounds awfully specific for you. Regardless or either which way, man. Either which way, dude. What a funny dude. I don't understand how people could do that, man. The media has taken such a unique bell curve. I don't even think it's a bell curve. I just think it's like this one twisted, like...
No, it's just one of these.
Yeah.
It's a left turn.
It's just a continuous left turn that just never is going to like attach back on. It's like a vortex, like a left vortex turn all the way as it spirals up or down, either which way you're looking at it.
It's a left category 5 hurricane.
Man, I'm telling you, dude. But you know what it is, though? I'm telling you. It takes a lot of commitment to, like, honestly kind of go into that zone and, like, be committed to those characters, dude. Or if you're gonna like send a little Snapchat of like the emperor's face or something like that with a little cat thing, you gotta be committed to that cause that you want to embarrass that little prime minister. You're like, I'm gonna do this. So yeah, bro, I gotta tell you, dude, I've owned like a few pets in my life. I had like a few turtles and some fish, but never like I recently thought like I wanted like an animal. You
wanted like a mammal.
I wanted like because whatever, I'm alone. I've been feeling like, I'm alone, so I should probably like invest in something, and like it'd be kind of nice to like run with a dog or like have a dog to come home to or something like that. But then it's a lot of work, right?
Yep.
You know? And so and then like there was this one girl, God, I always thought she was kind of a nice person when I went to work with her. Very, very like pleasant. She's well put together. She's she bought a French bulldog, and like I always thought,
I know this person?
No,
okay.
no. But I always wanted like a name brand animal like that, like a wiener dog or a French bulldog or an English bulldog. You know,
you got $4,000 burning a hole in your pocket.
Well, either which way, but you wanted that like kind of like love. I want that companionship with like my little dog. But I didn't really think about cost.
Name brand like a dog, not name brand like French bulldog.
No. Name brand like a name breed dog.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And you're right, like they're
$4,000,
dude. An English bulldog's like $5,000, dude. A French bulldog's $3,000 to $5,000, dude. And a dachshund's like $2,000 or something like that. And I was like, okay, well that's how much. Exactly. You know how like when you look at dogs, you just like go like that's what dogs cost. So you're like, oh, dude. I got taken to the Humane Society, because we're just like kind of taking a look, and I was like, oh, look at all these dogs. And most of them are like American pit bulls or something like that, or what do they call those? Pit bulls, yeah, right. Yeah. And I was like,
or a Staffordshire Terrier.
Well, they're just like they're all kind of mutts, for lack of better words, and that's fine. That's who they
mutts live longer though. They're always healthier. No, they are.
Oh, probably, but like I wasn't like no dog, with the exception of one. One spoke out to me, and I was like, oh, this dog's really, really cute. But I was like, oh, with the exception of that one, I was like, nah, every other dog's like okay. But then I went there, and guess what? I fell in love with.
Now, did you go to the Humane Society over by like Linda Vista?
UST, yeah.
Did you go to the Pound and the Humane Society because they're like connected?
Is the Pound?
Pound's on one side, the Humane Society is on the other side.
I don't know.
Oh,
wherever they had animals.
They have them in both.
Do they really have them in both? Oh, I don't know.
You might have missed a whole half.
I might have missed a whole half.
You might have missed
there's one side. Here's what it is. I walked on the
ton
right
of animals.
side, but there's cats, and then there's dogs, and then there's like little other tiny animals. I didn't know there was like a whole.
Walk up the middle, like the main part. If you turned right, you went to the Humane Society.
Yeah.
If you turned left, you went to the pound.
Oh. I didn't
So
know
you
there was
missed
a
the
pound.
whole pound, dude. And the pound has like 10 times as many animals as the Humane Society.
Oh, then can you adopt those dogs, or can you
Fuck
adopt those?
yeah. You can adopt all of them.
Wait, so do they not work in conjunction with each other?
No, they do. They do. The Humane Society is just it's more expensive.
Oh.
I think the pound is like it's a county run facility. The Humane Society is a nationwide organization.
Oh, I thought it was like the same thing because it's under the same building.
They have. It's like usually in most cities it doesn't work this way. Like in Santa Barbara, it doesn't work this way. But yeah, here they somehow they operate together. I just don't know how it works. I think also the Humane Society probably takes what they can from the pound, but then the pound just they have more capacity.
How did I miss it? Because I don't think I missed it. But you're right, it is a huge building, and I thought like this is awfully
You
like
want
a
to
large.
go back there after we record this?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Dude, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh, dude, hand of God though. But you know, I fell in love with this like little tiny like you wouldn't think it. You know how like you just see a dog. You told me the story about Jack, how he was just like laying in the corner, just like sleeping. You're like, that's the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's when I picked him up and he opened one eye and looked at me like I was an asshole.
And you're like,
oh, you're my dog.
yeah,
I'm gonna get you.
You know how like it is. Like it's so weird when you like see some kind of connection with you have with somebody else. You're like,
he is now.
yeah,
Just a lot smaller, and he was 80% head.
he just was like a bobblehead. He was. Just
He looked kind of like not the same colors and stuff, but remember you know in the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Remember when the dog put on the mask and he just had that giant head on his little
yeah.
body? Yeah, that's what Jax looks like when he was a baby.
Dude, I fell in love with this like little stupid guinea pig, dude. And I was like, oh, I don't know why. Guinea pig was like, it's just a simple animal. And I was like, oh, cool. It is what it is. But it was just like so like loving and caring. It just sat there and it didn't like move or do anything other than just like kind of like cuddle with you. And I was like, wow, this is exactly what I was like kind of looking for. You know, I don't necessarily need something to like run 10 miles with me. I just want to like have something to come home to and like it'd be like kind of cute to like take care of something. But then I've been having like an issue with it ever since, man. I've been really, really, truly having an issue, and I don't know what it is. It's like, it's the commitment factor. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'd love to have a dog, and I'd love to have like an animal. I'd love to have like a beautiful pet. But my other animals that I've ever had were like fish and stuff like that. But when they passed away, it wasn't like I was like devastated. But with an animal like this, you got to like take care of it. You got to like really be on top of it, you know? And
You know how you pronounce guinea pig in Brazil?
how do you pronounce it?
Dinner.
That's terrible, brother.
Sorry.
Nah, boo, boo. That's terrible.
I know.
Yeah. Is it about David Ortiz? Big Papi?
What?
No.
No. Dude, a pet is a commitment. There's a lot of commitments in life.
It's absolutely a commitment.
What?
Dude. It's an absolute
Yeah.
commitment, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, it's like, do I think I'm gonna? I think one of the things that I thought about was like, oh, am I gonna like? I'd love to just have it home, just like, you know, playing around in my little living room. But they're like, oh no, it needs to have a little home. And I was like, oh, okay, I could buy all that stuff. The initial cost of everything, like anything, is like expensive, right? But then once you get past that, you're like, that's okay. But then what do you do? Now you're like, okay, crap. Now I gotta like really take care of him and like. I gotta feed him the right foods. I gotta like make sure he gets enough exercise. I guess I don't know.
I don't think you need to make sure a rodent gets enough exercise.
Yeah, I guess they just walk around all the time.
You can give him a wheel.
Yeah, can you give a guinea pig a wheel?
It's got to be a big wheel though, so probably not.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but I mean, but you could. But when you're watching TV, I feel like you could take him out and just let him run around your living room.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You could throw him at the pool and see if he can swim.
I don't know if I'd want to do that. Because what happens if he doesn't and he drowns? I'd be like feeling so bad about myself.
Throw him in the pool. But if you took him in the pool in the shallow end and just kind of
Yeah.
held your hand under him, you could see. Because I don't know if they swim or not.
I don't know,
Let's look it up.
dude. But either which way, I don't know. I didn't know
So
that.
we were talking about this.
Yeah.
We both. Well, you're thinking about doing something that requires a commitment. Apparently, I did something that requires a commitment.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm looking at it right now, man. A long time ago, I was there with you, ride or die.
Steve was the one person that was with me when I got my first tattoo 18 years ago.
1997, right?
It was like 2001.
That was not 2001.
I was in college. Might have been 2000.
Yeah, I would say I graduated. No, you're right. I graduated in 2003.
So it would have been 2001.
2001 or 2002.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there. We were at some tattoo shop in Santa Barbara. I guess your buddy had filled in. You got what was known commonly or affectionately known as a frat two. Whereas your fraternity, these aren't your fraternity letters, but this is your fraternity
Like a
pledge or motto.
thing, yeah.
and you got them on your arm, but you also put some sweet tribal band kind of deal on it too. And yeah, maybe it's a little bit like time to kind of change it up too or something like that. But either which way, I was there for the whole of it, and I was like, wow, it's really, really kind of a lot. It took 5 hours to get that little small tattoo filled in, and it's the whole width of your arm. Don't get me wrong.
No, that was a lot of. Well, and it's like it's solid black.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of ink.
Yeah.
So I remember him just having to go over and over and over the same lines over and over.
Yeah.
That starts to hurt.
Yeah. But either
this one is much bigger.
I would say for sure. This thing covers from your deltoid all the way down to your elbow and past some. And so yeah, it's just but it's a Phoenix, and I was like, dude, you're locked into it.
Yeah.
Like, was it easier to keep the original thing, or are you locked into making this thing work? You know what I mean? And so that's what it is.
It's gonna work. Look at this.
Oh, those are swimming guineas.
Guinea pigs can swim.
Oh,
folks,
that's
you
a
heard it
huge
here
guinea
first.
pig. That's a large guinea pig. I feel like
that's a bathtub.
Look at this person's
that
hands.
is a big fat. Oh my god.
That person's hands.
That guinea pig is like as big as Paige.
That is a huge guinea pig. That one's a little chubby. Wow, they really do swim.
How fast he is. He loves swimming. He's fucking
He took
cruising
off.
around. She can't even catch him.
That guinea pig took off. Classic. Yeah. But either which way, man. Damn. Dude, but being committing to an animal or committing to a tattoo or committing to an idea or something like that, dude. That's always been kind of my issue. I don't know. It's not like I'm afraid of getting married, or it's not like oh, what happened, brother? Tim just sprung a leak. We have a medical update. Tim just it was probably that soup, brother. He just has a bloody nose. We're gonna do a pause on this recording.
Yeah, sorry about that. Got a little,
And we're back.
A little bit of a bloody nose there for some reason.
Yeah, bro. What
Is
happened?
it dry? No, it's not dry.
And you have the air conditioning on.
Maybe that's it.
Is it all the cocaine that you've been doing?
No, dude. I told you about when I tried to break my nose the other day. I didn't tell you that story.
No.
Oh, dude. So speaking of commitment, the last week I was committed to injuring myself.
Okay.
Like seriously injuring myself.
I was fully
I don't know if
invested.
it was like I hadn't gotten enough sleep or what it was, but I was I went to bed at like 10.
Okay.
I woke up in the middle of the night, not in the middle, like it was like 2:00 in the morning. I went to the bathroom, go take a piss or whatever.
Okay.
And
I think we all know what people do in the bathroom. Yeah.
Well,
Kidding,
I
bro.
wasn't there to take a shit. I wasn't sitting on a toilet. I was standing up.
Okay.
That's how the story goes. And then I must have fallen asleep standing up because I went nose first, took a header right into my wall, and immediately opened up the spigots on both nostrils.
Oh, so that's probably what happened, dude. You probably have a little residual and the blood clot came loose or something.
Probably.
I'm not so sure.
So yeah, so that happened. I was like, what the fuck? And like it wasn't like, I didn't have black eyes. There was no bruising and my nose didn't look crooked. So I was like, okay, I don't think I broke it, but I banged my head pretty hard.
Yeah, it sounds like. I mean, dude.
So then like 2 days later, I'm at the VA. I'm in the parking lot waiting for Casey. And somehow I managed to pretty much slam my own finger into the door.
Ugh.
But I pulled my finger out as the door was closing. So now that's what's left of it.
Oh,
but I
okay.
took a huge chunk of
Chunk of-
skin
it looks
off
like
the
it's a huge
inside of
chunk,
my finger. Oh, and it was one of those where it doesn't, like, there's no blood for like 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden it just starts bleeding like a sieve.
Ugh.
So I had to like go to the nearest like office at the VA. I'm like, do you guys have a Band-Aid?
It sounds like you were on a mission to like tear apart yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And ruin yourself as much as
That was
humanly
kind of
possible.
what it was. So yeah, I was committed to that. And just like Steve, we're trying to figure out, obviously I was committed to the Phoenix on my arm because I did it. But we're trying to figure out if Steve wants to take that leap and commit to this guinea pig.
Dude, it's just people go, oh, it's a simple guinea pig. For me, it's just like, am I ready for like? I think one of the hardest things for me, if you really, really, really kind of boil it down, or if I boil it down, is that I do want to kind of just disappear. Like I like disappearing and like leaving wherever I want to go, like whenever I want to do it. And Tim, you know this more than anybody. Like I'll be gone. I'll just be like, time to go, bye, and I'll just like pack up and I'll be gone in like 2 shakes in 2 seconds. And you're like, oh, I thought Steven was around here. He's no longer around here. But with that being said,
Hey,
it's
Steve,
also
you want to record today? Oh, dude, I'm actually at the Singapore airport.
I know.
Just decided to come here because I wanted to play with some spider monkeys.
What are you doing there, bro? I just decided to disappear. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it's been. That's how it's been. That's how it goes.
When I disappear, I just go into my room.
Yeah. Well, because you also have like commitments. You have a 9-to-5 job, or you have a 5-day
I have
week
like
job.
a job that,
and
that requires me to work Monday through Friday for the most part. I
Yeah.
have these 2 fucking 4-legged children that require food and attention.
Yeah. And so it's just like, but I think it has made you a better person, you know? Maybe if like you weren't doing this, you'd be like, oh, I'm rocking and rolling, you know, I'm doing whatever I want to do, you know, who knows?
Well,
so
when you start in the gutter, it's hard not to get better, right?
But I will tell you that I think one of the ultimate things that I'm actually really, really afraid about is that I'm actually afraid of like killing something, you know? Like what happens if you get attached to something, right? And you love it and you're like, oh, this is my little dog, this is my little cat, this is my little guinea pig, this is my little, you know, whatever. And then you come back home one day or, you know, you like see them as they get sick and progressively sick and progressively get worse. How do you end their life? You know, how do you call it quits for them? You know, how do you
there for them?
it? Yeah, but I don't want this to be a long drawn out process of like, oh, like, you know, what happens if I wake up and I feed him the wrong food and like he dies and like it's all on me? I'm like, that's gonna be terrible.
Don't feed him the wrong food.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
Do a little bit of research.
Yeah,
that's part of the commitment, Steve.
that is part of the commitment.
But yeah, I mean, you'll get attached to him and he'll die.
I don't want that.
They live for years, though. I mean,
they live up to like 4 or 5 years or something like that.
I'm saying it'll happen eventually. I mean, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
But you know that's you know it reminds you of the fragility of life and that we got to make the most of it. Like you can't, if you want a guinea pig or you want a pet, like you got to commit to it and you got to take the good with the bad.
I feel like with children, you're in. You're like in. Like this is my child.
Well, children die too. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
they shouldn't. They do sometimes, but they shouldn't. No, but I guess my point is, you shouldn't. I mean, that would be like, well, I really want a relationship, but I'm not going to get into a relationship because I don't want to deal with what it ends.
The breakup,
yeah. But like, you can't think that way, dude.
No, for sure.
You gotta take the good with the bad and know that. I mean, owning a pet, unfortunately, unless you own like an African gray parrot, because apparently those like live longer than people.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they live like 100 and something
A tortoise.
years.
If you
so
live
a tortoise too. Yeah. So
dude.
a lot of times it's funny. Like, dude, those are the kind of pets that get left to people in people's wills when they die.
You know what's so funny is that I was actually in like Idlewild or some like rando place in California, and they had this like kind of like turtle colony, this tortoise colony, this this tortoise colony, and we were like, oh, what happened? And they're like, oh, a lot of people like when they pass away, this like tortoise is 80 years old, you know, and that's longer than some people like live, you know what I mean? Especially when you buy it when you're like
buy the tortoise when you're one, yeah.
And so it's like this tortoise is 80 years old, and they're like, oh, and they're just like kind of hitting their stride, you know what I mean? And I'm like, fucking shit, dude.
Yeah,
and the tortoise is as big as like, you know, this fucking little bird
that's
right
the thing,
here.
they just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
And you're like, oh, so like I would hate to like be like, oh, I've loved this tortoise my whole life. Well, you know, I don't know.
Some of those, I think the African gray or maybe the macaws or whatever, they live forever, dude.
Yeah. Oh, God. But I think that's what I'm afraid of. But you're right. You can't enter something in thinking like, how's it going to end? Because or else you're never going to fully appreciate what you're actually doing. Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
But either which way, man, I'm telling you, commitment. So when you're like talking about your tattoo, so Tim, like I said, he's got this full on. It's a half sleeve now. I don't know how you'd say it. It's half sleeve.
Call that a half sleeve.
Yeah. So you could easily have covered it up, but maybe with something smaller. I guess I don't know. I'm not a tattoo artist, but obviously this thing is quite sizable. If you ask me, it's greater than a foot long. You know, and it's greater than a foot wide. I assume. But I mean, dude, like you're committed to it. Are you gonna do? Is your goal to have a full sleeve or a partial sleeve or some sort?
No, just for now, just to color this thing in.
Yeah. No, it looks great, man. I'm telling you. I think the hardest part for sometimes now in this generation or now with a lot of people is commitment or that word commitment, because I think people are committed to the wrong things now.
Right.
I think people are committed to the wrong ideas and concepts now, but to actually be committed to something that's worthwhile and I guess investment, that's the hard part. I don't know what it is with me though. I've wanted to be in like serious relationships. I want to be in committed situations and friendships. But yeah, it's just when it comes to like owning an animal, I guess I'm like I've never owned an animal before. I think if I owned a dog when I was a kid, owning a guinea pig would be so simple, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably got something to do with it. Because like I was raised, like we always had dogs we had dogs and cats and rabbits.
You always had some type of animal.
Yeah, we had like a
Did you had a guinea pig before?
Yeah, we had a couple.
Oh.
Yeah, and I had my first pet was a dog before. I had a hamster at some point, Peanut.
And?
He died.
Oh, okay.
He was a good little hamster, though.
How long did he live for?
I don't know, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that's really, really good for something that small.
Yeah, no, he
I think a rat only can live for 2 years.
He lived out his life. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. A fly lives for like 2 days. You know?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, some flies and mosquitoes. Yeah, some bugs have they're born, they fuck, they make babies, and then they
die. Yeah,
it's weird.
But hey, that's kind of crazy. Well, here tonight, after this last record, we're gonna go. Let's go check it out, man.
I'm going to look at some guinea pigs.
And then, unbeknownst to us, there's the Ballast Point Brewery right next door, too. So
Jesus.
we're good. We're good all the way around, either which way you look at it. I will say that if you're out listening out to this and you've listened to this, is going to be episode 70-something or other.
71.
I think to myself, you've committed yourself to listening to just a bunch of jabronis talk about bullshit for a long time, for over a year. And I will say that this has been one of the longer commitments that I've done with you as friends in mind, with you and JB, is that sitting down.
We've been doing this shit for like 18 months now.
Dude, that's insane. That blows my mind. And I will tell you that it all sparked from a commitment that you had to change yourself around, to change your body around, to change your lifestyle around, to change your future around. And that's huge too. And so I will tell you that I guess some of the best things in life do come from like all or nothing commitments, maybe, like, or like
there's a whole
time.
like, if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Exactly.
Nothing worthwhile is
nothing worthwhile was. You know what's so funny? And I will tell you this. Oh my gosh, I do have to tell you this. I was running the Colorado Rockies 5K in Denver just recently, right? And I was running right there, and then Olivia was like saying, "Hey, like, did you hear what that dad was saying to his daughter?" 5K for me is nothing, right? I'm like easy cheesy, breezy.
That's like not even a warm up for you.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's not challenging. You can make a warm up challenging. You can make a 1 mile. You can make a 1 minute workout challenging. You know what I mean? But the point was is that the father was, I guess we were like going to the home stretch where we were winding down into the ballpark, which is like how they close out their 5K, right? And I was like, it's beautiful. I couldn't wait. I was getting even more amped. I was getting even more excited. I was like, yeah, this is it. And then I remembered, I guess the daughter was like struggling because she was like kind of like not so happy. Maybe she was like kind of struggling with it. And she was like, something, hey. And then I remembered the dad saying this, like, hey, if you're gonna, something to the effect of, if you're gonna do only the easy things in life, then you'll only be able to do the easy things in life.
That's true, man.
And I thought, how great is that? Like, what a cool moment to have with your family member. You know what I mean? What a great moment to have with like just like committing to something that's like huge like that. You know what I mean? Is that you have to like kind of put something forward. You have to put effort and energy into something. You have to put like time and space into something. Of value.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you don't want to just because you're sad that the guinea pig might die someday. You don't want to miss out on hey, stop it. You don't want to miss out on like 4 to 5 years of cool little companionship with a little funny swimming guinea pig that looks like a
swimming
Gizmo
guinea
from fucking the what is it, the fucking Gremlins.
Yeah. And funny as it may be, there is actually a guinea pig named Gizmo, which I think is hilarious. Dude, who knows? Maybe you might come back home with a little GP yourself from today. Maybe. But then again, I think that these dogs may just like kind of eat it.
They would totally just eat a guinea pig. Yeah.
Oh
for
my
sure.
gosh, these dogs are big enough to like eat a guinea pig.
I didn't even know. I didn't know you could get guinea pigs at the Humane Society.
Dude, I think you should take a look, man. It's pretty cool.
No, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
I'll go with you right now.
All right, deal.
I mean, do we have more to talk about with commitment? Like,
that's it. Commitment.
Is this a half an hour episode? It's like we couldn't commit ourselves to doing an hour about fucking commitment.
No, but we've committed ourselves to 3 episodes today. That's huge. Boom.
That's true. This is the third episode we've recorded.
That's
today.
A win. Yeah.
So maybe we're just sort of we're running out of steam because even though you're listening to this as a half an hour episode, this is really the tail end of about 3 hours of recording.
Damn, bro. Damn.
And Tim having a freaky nosebleed right in the middle. Maybe my nose just decided it was going to wait to bleed until Steve was here, since Steve was the only person on fucking God's green earth that could stop my nosebleed. The last really bad one I got.
Steven
was that like a year ago? 2 years ago?
It was about a year ago. Yeah. Plus. Ago. Yeah. Damn, bro. All right.
All right. Well,
thank you very much for listening.
Thanks for listening to our.
We'll keep you updated as the guinea pig update.
So this is the today on Guinea Pig Gate.
Guinea Pig Gate. GPG.
Guinea Pig Watch. GP Watch 2019.
2019.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Go be committed to whatever it is you want to do. This is Tim and Steve signing out.
Steve and Ara.
Peace out. Be good.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.